Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming tonight. It's such an honor to be here, and thank you so much to everyone who was able to make it happen. I would like to say welcome to Slime's cabinet, and thank you to everyone who was able to make it tonight. As most of you well know, today is an important day in Stratham. Our very first Prime Minister election is being celebrated today. We are here to congratulate SlimeEmperor and kailabeann on this super exciting day as our very first elected Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister. I would like to start off this ceremony by thanking Info for running such an effective cabinet during his multiple terms as Prime Minister, and we're all very excited to see how the Slime administration will carry on in this government. First, I would like to please welcome our next Deputy Prime Minister, kailabeann.
Thank you, Gabby. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being here tonight. My name is Kayla, and I'm the Deputy Prime Minister-elect of Term 24 for the Republic of Stratham. I'm honored to be here with you in our nation's capital celebrating this historic election. I joined BusinessCraft in April 2020, like many others, when the first wave of COVID lockdowns came upon us. Stuck inside with little to do, I thought I'd pick up a game I hadn't played in months to kill some time and entertain myself. My expectations were low. There were certainly no grand illusions about getting deeply involved. I wanted to build a business enough to make a living, live quietly in the wild, and keep to myself. Well, it's a year and a half later, and standing before you today, I think it's safe to say I'm in pretty deep. SlimeEmperor and I were reminiscing recently about the first time we met. I needed to claim my hastily constructed wooden shack and livestock farm, and he was the one to answer the ticket. It was my first day on the server. Looking back on it now, his exact words were, "I thought you were a random noob." Slime soon discovered I was, in fact, not a noob, and he became one of my first friends. He was the Minister of Agriculture at the time and helped encourage me to get involved in the political scene. My first opportunity in office was a Parliament replacement election in June 2020 during Term 19. There were only 6 weeks left in the term, but I passed 6 bills and co-authored 3 others in that short time. When I ran for re-election for Term 20 exactly 1 year ago, former Prime Minister Luxaholic nominated me as his Deputy Prime Minister. I've been in cabinet ever since. Reflecting on this now, I'm struck by the coincidence of these events. My first entrance into cabinet was as Deputy Prime Minister, chosen by a nominated Prime Minister. Exactly 1 year later, I'm returning to the role, but this time elected by the people. I know I speak for both SlimeEmperor and myself when I say we are truly humbled and honored to be your chosen leaders this term. We have so much to accomplish. We campaigned for education reform to help onboard new players and extend challenges to those focused on long-term advancement. We campaigned for judicial reform to breathe life into our legal system and pave the way for careers in the judiciary branch. We campaigned for criminal justice reform to move away from instant justice and foster a more realistic law enforcement experience. These goals and more are only just the beginning of a brighter future for Stratham. We believe we have assembled a rock-solid cabinet who are equally committed to our agenda. You'll notice there are many familiar faces because Stratham has always had passionate and strong leadership. SlimeEmperor and I have the utmost confidence in each of them to reach our goals. Today is truly a historic day as the inauguration of Stratham's first elected Prime Minister. I'm filled with gratitude to everyone who has made this opportunity possible. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the voters for participating in this monumental election. Without all of you advocating for your right to choose your leader, this election would not have been possible and we would not be standing before you today. Thank you for choosing SlimeEmperor and I to represent you and lead our nation. I'd also like to thank Minister Luxaholic for being the first person to recognize my potential as a cabinet member. I'm fairly certain I hold the speedrun record for Deputy Prime Minister thanks to you. I owe my last 5 terms in office to you taking a chance on me 1 year ago. I'd like to thank Prime Minister Info, who couldn't be here tonight, for all of his guidance and support as the Economy Minister before me. It was always a pleasure to work with him in the DOE, and I feel he has made my career in the department possible. And finally, I'd like to thank SlimeEmperor for selecting me as his running mate. I deeply appreciate your trust in me to see your vision through. I'm so proud of all you have accomplished. It is truly a privilege to stand beside you today. And now, to the people of Stratham, our foreign dignitaries and honored guests, please join me in welcoming to the stage for the very first time, the Republic of Stratham's first ever elected Prime Minister, SlimeEmperor.
Thank you, Kayla, and thank you to everyone for attending this historic ceremony. I'm SlimeEmperor, and I first joined this community in August of 2016 during the beta phase of the server. I've had the privilege of watching BusinessCraft grow and flourish from those very early days into the thriving server we all enjoy today. From the day I first joined, I have been deeply interested and involved in the server's government system. In fact, I had the privilege of serving as a minister in the first ever cabinet under Chancellor Green Shadow 12, or as he is much better known today, President Coalition. This kick-started my political career, and I've served in numerous roles in both cabinet and parliament throughout the last 5 years. Fast forward to today, and here I am, deeply humbled to stand before you as the first elected Prime Minister of Stratham. Tonight marks a historical celebration of democracy and of new beginnings for our nation. I would like to thank Prime Minister Info for all the work he has poured into Stratham and for giving me the privilege of serving as his Deputy Prime Minister for the last 9 months. It's been an honor serving alongside Info, and I look forward to having him as an advisor in my cabinet. I am also very grateful to my running mate, kailabeann, for standing beside me. I will admit that based on my first impression, I thought she was a random noob, but this perception changed almost immediately. Kayla leads by example through her strong work ethic and undying dedication. Thank you, Kayla, for all you have taught me and all the encouragement you've given me. Congratulations on the victory that is just as much yours as it is mine. Above all else is my appreciation for every voter who has made their voice heard in this groundbreaking election. Out of this election has come a clear, resounding victory. Not a victory for just Kayla and I, but a victory for we, the people. The outpour of support we received in this election has truly amazed me. I do not take the responsibility of this role lightly. I sought this office to shape our republic into a place true to the heart of its people, one that values innovation, creates opportunities, and nurtures growth. We campaign to grow our economy and to reform our education system so that we may retain new players and grow Stratham's population. To reform Stratham's criminal justice and judicial systems so that every citizen has the right to fair trial. To shape our cities and towns into thriving communities across the nation by supporting mayors while simultaneously holding them accountable for their settlement's progress. To increase transparency measures so that every citizen is made aware of the changes going on within the government. To take the initiative as a leading country in foreign relations and strengthen our relationship with the Commonwealth of Redmont. To lead Stratham full speed ahead into many prosperous days to come. I have faith that my administration will accomplish this and so much more. Above all else, we will work tirelessly to serve you, the people of the Republic of Stratham. I'd like to thank the Department of Public Affairs for hosting this ceremony. I'd also like to give special thanks to the foreign dignitaries of Redmont for attending. President Austin, Ambassador Muffins, and State Secretary X Endeavor. Your presence and support from my incoming administration is deeply appreciated. We look forward to working with you closely this term. Now, join me in welcoming to the stage the President of Stratham Coalition.
Dear Redmond friends and dignitaries and dear citizens of Stratham. Initially, it was supposed to be Gabby reading this short speech on my behalf, but despite the time zone differences, I decided this event was more important, so I decided to attend. I'm so excited to be here with you to mark and celebrate our first swearing-in inauguration ceremony of our first ever directly elected head of government. Upon creating the server more than 5 years ago, I always envisioned that one day that the head role, then as Slime kindly reminded you all, it was known as Chancellor, would be directly elected by the people, and I'm so excited that today we are celebrating that we have made that a reality. I want to thank Info for leading the government for the past 3 terms, and I look forward to seeing what the new administration has set planned for our nation. Once again, congratulations, Slime and Kayla, and I wish you all the best in your new roles.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Cole and Kayla and Slime, for saying stuff. Yeah.
Thank you so much to everybody for coming. I wanted to invite everyone to our after party at Silicolina. It is, if you go to Spawn and you go straight through Division Ave all the way up the hill into the South Mansion District, it's Mansion Plot 15. I'll be on Dine Map, and I will see you guys all there.